Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. I hope so far this holiday season is finding you and your family well. Back in October, I issued a Christmas build-off challenge, and anybody could participate. The object was to build a car dedicated to Christmas, and it could be anything from a fantasy character to a cartoon to a legend, etc. You just had to build something for Christmas. So here are the folks that decided to take up the challenge. And I encourage you to please go to their YouTube pages and look them up and check out the builds that they did for the Christmas holidays. Now there's a few folks in here that don't have a YouTube channel, and at the very end of the video I'm going to show pictures of the cars that they built so they can be represented as well. And this is going to be a lot of fun. So from here I'm going to show you what I did for my Christmas challenge. Here we're taking a 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser, and we're going to turn this into something extremely cool. I've always wanted to do one of the peppermint gassers, the Candy Cane Wonderland gassers, and that's what we're going to do today. Here I'm taking this 50th anniversary Hot Wheels 55 Chevy Gasser. I like it because of the metal base, but we're going to do some changes to it. We're going to change out the tires, we're going to change out the windshield, and we're going to put some really cool decals on there. So go ahead and stick around, grab your glass of adult eggnog or whatever other adult beverage you have, and join us. So let's go ahead and have some fun with this Christmas build-off invitational. I've already drilled the car apart, so these come apart pretty easy. Let's just look at the parts we have to work with here. We got the body. Now the paint on these cars tends to come off a little bit harder than normal because it's a specialty car. So I'll use some sandpaper just to break the integrity of the paint up. Not too stiff though. I love the metal base, but we're going to change out the wheels. Make it more Christmassy, of course. Here I've got my wheels that I'm going to use. Those are going to be really nice. Already red on the inside. Perfect. That's going to be fantastic. Then we're going to take the interior and we're going to paint that a Spectre Flame red. And like I said, with the windshield, we're going to change that out with a different windshield just to give it more to that Christmas spirit. So let's go ahead and move on with the build. Here we've got the body, and like I said, I roughed it up initially with some sandpaper just to break the integrity of the paint because it's coated so well. And that's just to give the chance for the embalming fluid to work its way inside the paint past the clear coat that they put on these cars. And it makes it a lot easier for the paint stripper to work. So this is something to think about when you're going to paint up a car like this, especially a specialty car or a more of a collector's type car. These ones are a little bit more expensive, of course, because they're it's a specialty paint job and it's a 50th anniversary edition. So they've got multiple layers of paint and they got the clear coat over the top. So this is something that you're going to have to defeat in order for you to get the paint off. And there's today's tip from your Uncle Paulie. That's going to work out really good here. Now we're going to go ahead, once we've broken up the paint with the sandpaper, we're going to dip the car in the embalming fluid. We're running low on embalming fluid. I'm going to have to get back to the morgue to get me some more. Make sure you coat the entire car since we're going to be doing a color change here. So you want to make sure that that embalming fluid, aka citrus strip, is on the inside and the outside of the body. Get rid of any excess and then set it on your area to go ahead and set for a while. This one takes a little bit more than normal with this particular kind of car. Like I said, there's multiple layers of paint on here.
Meanwhile, back in the graveyard.
Here we've got the interior of the car. We're going to spray this a Spectraflame red to go with the theme of the paint job of the car. Now, what I did is I wiped it down really good with the Zep degreaser and then made sure that it was dry. I'm using the airbrush now to blow out any of the small channels, like inside where the seat is formed, etc. And make sure that all the liquid is gone there from when I rinsed it off. The same thing applies when you're painting the interior of a car like this with a chrome base. Make sure you're only using tack coats or mist coats when you're going to paint this thing. You want to get just a light coat on there and let it tack up, sticking to the interior of the car, and then you come back in and get some heavier coats to get that saturated look. Now this actually turns out really, really nice. So again, use the tack coat method, and then you'll come back in and put some saturation coats. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and click on that little bell to be alerted to any future videos that come out. This is the first time that I have painted the interior of a car like this as far as with the Spectraflame paint, and I haven't had a problem with it. I just didn't have any call for it. But this is something that I've been looking forward to do for a long time, as well as this Candy Cane Wonderland Gasser. I've been wanting to do these for a long time, and I've had these decals since last year, and I just didn't get a chance to do it. This is really starting to look nice. I'm loving how this is looking. Let's go ahead and move on to the next phase. Here we have the body. I gave it a coat of surface primer with the Tamiya Fine Surface Primer. I absolutely love this product, and I put down this base coat of primer because we're going to be painting it with the Createx paint. Now here, I'm going to be using the Wicked color brand from Createx, and we're going to be doing Wicked Platinum. This is kind of like a pearl white, and we'll be adding the balancing clear to it also with a 10% ratio. The Platinum is a very, very nice color. It's an iridescent or a metallic, and I'm using this Grex Tritium airbrush. Folks, this is one of the best airbrushes I've ever used. Now you push back for air, and then once you get past that point, it turns into the airbrush, or it allows the paint to come out from that point on. But I absolutely love this airbrush, and I've been doing an extended review on this, and I'm going to be doing a review video on this. Now, this is not one of your cheaper airbrushes because it comes with a lot of accessories, but because it's got the 0.5 needle in there, folks, I'm telling you, this airbrush is absolutely fantastic. And not only can you use it for your die-cast hobby, but you can also use it for automotive applications. You know, if you're going to be doing touch-ups, etc., like that. It comes with a couple of larger reservoirs and some larger fans for the tip, so you can get a little bit farther coverage on it or wider coverage on it. But this airbrush is absolutely beautiful, and I got this from the nice folks at Spray Gunner. Like I said, we're going to be doing a better review on this airbrush in the very near future here. But it's fantastic, and I recommend it highly. This has become my #1 brush as far as spraying the Createx line of paints or the Chroma Air line of paints, etc. I love this brush. Now, the other cool thing about it is you can put that little cup on the right side or the left side, depending if you're right or left-handed. That platinum paint with that iridescent shimmer is absolutely beautiful. This is going to work out great.
Waiting for the paint to dry.
We've let that dry for at least 24 hours. Now we're going to be applying the decals to the car. I got these decals over a year ago from Second Chance Redlines. Vince Scott has an amazing product here. Now these particular decals are metallic foil. And I've been so excited to use these, I just haven't taken the time to do it. But this paint job with these decals here, once you get them applied, flattened down, and clear coated, it's incredible. I'm going to go ahead and speed this section up here so you can enjoy the decals without being bored too badly. Now here we're applying decals to the tires for the rear. I've already got them applied. Now I'm blotting out the excess water on there. As far as forming the tire to the decal to the curvature of the tire, it'll lay down nice. But I did touch it up with microsol and it helped it fit to the tire. Now when I was done, I did give it a light spritz of clear coat to help seal it onto the tire. Now here's all the parts we have. We've got the body with all the decals applied. That looks absolutely fantastic with those green headlights and all the lights detailed in. We've got the base that I also painted with Spectre Flame paint. That looks fantastic also with those beautiful candy cane tires. Here's the interior with the red Spectre Flame paint. That looks fantastic. And here's the windshield that I'm replacing. I got this out of a Heat Fleet. And we're going to put it all together and do our reveal. And here's what we started with. This 55 Bel Air Gasser from the 50th anniversary collection. I love this car, but I don't like the yellow windshield, and we got rid of that thing. It's got the metal base. We switched out. We did a tire swap. We sanded it down first to get the paint off there, to help get the paint off there. We removed the paint with the embalming fluid. We painted the interior Spectre Flame red. We painted the base Spectre Flame red. And everything else fell into place. And this is what we got to. Look at that beautiful candy cane paint job. That turned out so nice. I'm very proud of this car. The metallic decals from Second Chance Redlines and Vince Scott. What a wonderful job. It turned out really good. The decals on the tires, they were a little bit of a booger to apply, but we got those on there. The Spectre Flame red on the interior. This car just turned out fantastic, and I've been waiting for a long time to do this car. I'm very, very happy and very pleased. And this is my entry into the Christmas build-off. But I had so much fun. Now, we had a lot of people participate in this Christmas build-off, and I encourage you to please go to their YouTube pages and check out their builds, because there's a lot of fantastic work out there, and I can't wait for you to see their work also. This has been an incredible year. And to top it all off, we got a custom card for the Candy Cane Wonderland Gasser. If there's someone out there that would like to own this car, contact me in the contacts and I'll get back a hold of you. Just leave a message in the contacts saying that you're interested in the candy cane gasser, and it might get sent to your house. Have fun with that. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the other builds for folks who didn't have YouTube channels. This has been a great year, like I said, as far as the diecast industry goes. Not so much for 2020, but I'll be glad to see 2020 go right out the door, and I'm sure you will too. First one is by Classic Rocker with this Snoopy Car. Look at the detail that he put into this. This is absolutely fantastic. Here's one from Paul H. We got the truck with the tracks in the back and Santa Claus and hauling the presents over the winter hills. Here's one by Doe Customs. Look at this candy cane gasser. That thing is absolutely beautiful. What a great job he did. Here's one from Troy Whittle. The Grinch. It's a combination Bone Shaker and a few other cars. Fantastic build. Here's one from Patrick Schraven, the 57 Chevy with the skis on it. He's from the Netherlands, folks. What a beautiful entry. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart from Diecast Graveyard and say Merry Christmas to you. Have several adult beverages. Let's cheer the Christmas holidays and cheer out 2020 as New Year's approach. We've got another build-off coming here in the very, very near future, and I'll be making an announcement for that. But like I said, I want to wish you and your family happy holidays and health and wealth, and just hoping that 2021 is kind to you. Cheers.